What's up, guys? JD Fade 23. All right, first things first. Lace. Guys, Lace. Obviously, look, you guys. Not the best gap stats, but, dude, I tell Keish this all the time. It doesn't have multiple red flags. It has 2, but not the best gap stats. But, dude, I don't give a shit when there's 150% gap. Guys, look at how big this gap is. The breakout, it's normal for a stock to break out and come back and retest. It can't. What do you think's going to happen? This thing's going to open right here and go boom up to here? It doesn't happen very often. It's possible, but this is a massive, massive gap. So it gives us edge in itself. Not to mention you have the 60-ohm FIB right here. But the main pivots we were watching, all right? Right here, ultimate high pivot. Guys, a strong pivot because look, price is going up, jerks back instantly. Strong pivot. Look, price is going up, jerks back instantly. Jerk back instantly. Jerk back. Jerk back. My favorite pivots when there's a strong move and they jerk in the other direction, sharp and hard. So we have the 415 pivot and we have right here 375 multi-touch. So guys, what we were watching earlier, right? Look, the only thing that if this had gap stats. If this had good gap stats and if this wasn't played out like this is the only thing that made it not perfect. All this volume here at this daily level, knowing that it might bounce off of that. But so I didn't short the first spike because I wanted it honestly to get farther away. Even right here, which isn't that bad, it was still like 18%. I wanted it farther away from there. I was actually hoping that maybe it would come up to like, right here. These pivots, 525, $5 psych level. I was hoping that it would come up to there. But it doesn't matter because, guys, I'm watching the volume. Right here. This is the key level, 415. All right? It spikes up. It comes down. Makes a lower high right here. Look, as always, right? Back up to lower high position. It comes down. I figured the first bounce off this level. But once we came back up here, and rejected again, I just said, fuck it, it's worth a try, shorten it, right? Short. And now anticipate that it will try to break this down. Now, once we did a fake breakdown right here, I'm watching, but guys, look. Once we did a fake breakdown right here, look at this. This fake breakdown should have had stronger volume right here. This volume fell off so fast. This volume was like, it fell off so fast. Even and when I did a fake breakdown and tried to stop bouncing, this volume was now getting weaker and weaker, right? It's like, look, guys, this right here, look. Guys, this first move right here, look at this, right? This first reversal volume is elevated right here. But now as the stock is going up, the volume's really not getting stronger. It's just going up very weak, very weak, very weak. The volume's staying pretty weak relative to what it was over here. So it just dropped so fast that I started feeling safer and safer. But if you didn't enter up here, once it broke this and started to bounce, you could have entered right here. I would have wanted you to wait up here for better, but 50% FIB minimum. And then once we broke this level, it was like, okay, straight driver's seat now. So pretty much as always, guys, in the volume. Now down here, it's like, okay, the volume's done. It's just fading. And we're targeting the 1 minute 200 and obviously back to the breakout retest that we were talking about earlier. Sometimes it doesn't hit it perfect, but that's close enough to take more profits. And now you're in the total driver's seat. Took most of your profits. And now just chilling, right? Easy peasy. That was pretty good. Best considering friggin' it didn't have good gap stats. It just had a huge gap. It's worth a shot, right? Also, guys, look. If you're looking at the major trend line, as always, you guys, trend line break and retest. Once the trend line breaks, the best show you can have is a lower high plus the trend line break and retest. Always be looking for that once the major trend breaks. If you can get a lower high position plus that, or at least 50 fib plus that, that's a good place to short. You just see it go up, it rejects, boom, short. Bam, 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 right? Good stuff. Now, guys, what I was talking about on SPY, right? And we'll talk about the, whatchamacallit here too, you guys. So, let me, first things first. Let me let me show you guys this first, all right? We already know that SPY bounced off of the 34 for the first time. When that happens, you could go back to lower high position, right? Which we did. We came back a little above the 61 fib, right into lower high position, which is a good place to short. So now, guys, today I'm watching this. I understand how stocks work. So I know we have supply up here, but I also know that we're in secret territory, right? And I saw this wedge right here. I saw this wedge forming right here and right here. And I also know, guys, not only is it secret high territory, but I also know it's normal for stocks to come down, bounce, come back down, make a higher low. So I look at right here, you guys look. The stock dumps, goes back up, makes a lower high. The stock rips, comes back down, makes a higher low. So just like always, guys, up here, if we get a fake breakout, we can anticipate that it might want to come back down to make a higher low. All right? Because it hasn't really made a higher low yet. It just ripped so strong and flagged. So I didn't get the best entry right here on this fake breakout because I wasn't really paying attention. But once my brain said, dude, this thing just did a fake breakout at resistance in lower high position of a secret setup, plus it now fell back into its wedge, into the fake breakout of the wedge and of the resistance. Now we can anticipate a move back to higher low position, which looks like this, right? Back to demand and back to a higher low over here, which is a secret setup to the downside, you guys, right? So I can anticipate that it may want to come to a secret setup to the downside, right? The 10-minute EMA's crossed over. We did make a higher high right here, only by a little bit, and now secret setup is in this zone. So if I think that this fake breakout trigger is going to cause a higher low, now what am I doing? Well, now, as always, I'm looking at my 5-minute chart, and then I have the EMAs turned back on, pre-market data turned on. Nika, stop. Pre-market turned on. Now, guys, as always, look, we broke out of the wedge, a fake breakout. We make a strong move down. It's at the bottom of the wedge. I see it go up, wick off the 8, short. Cover some, cover, all the way down into higher low territory. Strong move down, flag off the 8 because of fake breakout. That's it. Fake breakout twice, out of the wedge and out of resistance. So that's just really, really nice and just played out perfect. And it's not very often where you catch this kind of move on SPY, so that felt pretty freaking good to catch. It's been a while. SPY's been doing a lot of this stuff, chop. But that's why triggers are so strong, you guys. Fake breakout trigger, cause dump. Fake breakout trigger, cause dump, right? It's just why I like fake breakouts. If you could go around and make your setups rely on all triggers, you'll do a hell of a lot better on every setup. You know, you don't want to trade unless you get a fake breakdown or something, and then your setups will be way stronger. Now, oh, guys, this is what I was talking about this morning. This is how you use this. Nope, idiot. This is how you use FIB extensions. All right. So let's say, let me shut this off. Let's say you think SPY is going to go up to supply. It didn't do this fake breakout. Let's say it broke out and goes. You start right here, right? Add drawing. This is FIB extension tool right here. See the little flag? You click on that. You go up to from where it started from to where it pulled back from. Oops, sorry guys. Now I'm losing my marbles. So from where it starts from, here you go up. You click, and then you drag it down to where it pulled back to right here, and you click again. Now you got FIB extension. See, it went to the 50 fib just about. Next target, next target, next target. That's a good way to especially for longs, you guys. Like, for example, let's look at ACRV. So ACRV, watch, ready? Let's turn the pre-market data back on. I have a webinar about this too, McLovin, from way back in the day. Fibs and EMAs, I think I talk about this in here. We were talking about this morning, guys. Trendline break and retest at 11. Didn't give a huge trade, but decent trade if you traded it over $1. Anyways, so look, from the move where it starts to here, pulls back, and now you have your targets for above, right? Target, target, target. It could go all the way up. Who knows? Could go, maybe it will go, oops, shit. Maybe it will go all the way to the 100. Who knows? To 78. But that's how you use them. Click, click, drag to the pullback, click. So pretty good for long stuff. Oh, DPZ about to make a new low. Guys, DPZ, what was no, what were we talking about this one? What? Oh, unfortunately, Wave didn't even come up at all. It sucks because, yes, we had yesterday's high. Guys, remember, this is what happens a lot of times. When a stock only does it after hours here, when a stock only goes up after hours, a lot of times that price action just gets erased from existence, never to be seen again, right? So look, we have a multi-touch pivot here. We have another multi-touch pivot here. So 425 was yesterday's high. All right, so that's the only level that matters now, really. If it especially opens this far away, chances of it breaking out are slim to nil. So what can we do? But we still had to get at least back up to double top from here. We wanted to spike up to here, come back down. It didn't. It just opened and dumped. What are you going to do? Nothing you can do about that. Ideally, I would have looked for a pop into this level to short. And if it broke that level, then I would have used the high that it was after hours. Only if it breaks over that level. And then I would get up, I want it up to here, into lower high position, as always, because that's where it gives you the best risk reward. But you can't expect it to go to lower high position when the stock didn't, all this stuff after hours is gone now because it failed back below yesterday's daily level high, right? Whenever yesterday's daily level high ends up being back below it by the next open, it's pretty much useless. It doesn't matter. The price action is dead. Now, Apple, guys, I think is going to give us our setup. Oh, wait, AUD too. AUD, unfortunately, guys, obviously was a big drop. Right, it had a lot of room to go down. Look how far today. It was still like way off the 42% off the 4 and 8, off the 8, right? So plenty of room to drop. But again, look how big this candle is, right? So the only other way you could trade it, day 2 gap down, shut your pre-market data off, put on the 10-minute EMAs. Are we gapping below the 10-minute EMAs? Yes. Where is next pivot? Next pivot is right here. It didn't even pop the next pivot. It just opened and dumped. But I personally would have probably wanted it anyway. Even if I did trade gap down, I would have probably wanted this pivot, because that's better and closer to all this volume, right? Remember, guys, easy down, easy up. So I don't really want to short this pivot because that's part of easy down. Could easily go back through that, but it won't easily go back through this. I just did a recap about these. It could, guys, when it goes easy down, easy up, it can't go back through it, but it could have easily went back through it about this. I mean, yeah. So right here, easy down, easy back up. But once it gets back to this volume, it would struggle. So I would have liked that pivot, but this didn't even pop to this pivot, so it really doesn't matter. So, yeah. That was pretty much the problem with that. And also, guys, the other thing about this one, it was like right at the 15-minute 200, I think, was pretty close right there. Kind of sucks when that happens, but what are you going to do? Oh, so Apple, you guys. I did it first, Mantis, so you have to watch the review. I mean, you have to watch the recording. Guys, look at Apple. Apple is very, very, very key level here. Trading in a range, obviously. We have a level up there. We did do a fake breakout right here, which I don't love to buy after fake breakouts, but it has dropped enough. And this is a very key level, so we'll see. I really will only trade this if it flushes hard down to it. If we get a quick wick down to it, because it might want to go back down to here. Who knows? And it doesn't really have... All right, well, we do have the 2134 here on the monthly chart, but if you notice, look, you guys, it went almost to the 34 right there and went below the 34 right here, so it's possible it could go below the 34 again on the monthly chart. I mean, so this is Got to be careful here. There's contradicting things here, right, guys? It's gone below pretty easily here. It could come back to this trend line. So the only way I would try to bounce it right there is if it flushed hard down to it. If it's just sticking around here, I'm going to think it's going to probably go lower. But if it flushes hard down to it like this, I'll try to bounce it. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, you guys, we just wait for a secret long, right? We don't have to jump the gun. We can wait till it comes down to here and start sticking around on this trend line, wait for a secret setup, if it's going to go back up. Easy peasy. So, MDIA went today. Set up for what? Long or short? MDIA, let's look. Well, it's a lower high setup, obviously, but let's see. I don't think it went high enough. No, didn't go high enough. What are you going to do? I mean, you're going to short it right here. You got to jam your stop down. It's not into the zone. Oops. The only other thing you can do, guys, is wait for the trend break here because it has an obvious trend line. Remember, guys, when a trend line is obvious and it breaks, you can short. Just put your stop above. Obvious trend lines are made to be broken. Everyone can see them. When an obvious trend line breaks, look, obvious trend line break and retest. Right? Just like today. Obvious trend line break, retest. Just didn't do a retest, but if I was going to short it right here, I would say, it could probably come down to here or here or here. So, I mean, it's not my favorite setup in the world, but at least you got a perfect trend line break. I wouldn't short this grind right here without a trend line break. As you can see, fake breakout at the 50 fib, fake breakout below is there, but I would have liked it to be up here, obviously. Also, yeah, the time of day is, it's middle of the day by now, and so it's like, not my favorite thing in the world, but at least you got a very obvious trend line break. So you could short it at 475, risking 510, or above the 61 fib, 525. But you're not going to get the best risk reward. Maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 by the end of the day. So not my favorite setup, but at least a very obvious trend line break. Remember that, guys. Obvious trend line breaks are made to be broken. Obvious trend lines are made to be broken. They're good to buy off of, but at some point when they break, they're going to break hard because everyone can see them, right? So it's just the way it is. The more obvious the trend line, the better. So, yeah. Let's talk about, what was it, cat? Guys, cat, look, guys, from yesterday. Check this out, you guys. Cat, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times, cat, just in this move right here, right? Just in this little move right here. 1. Come back. Even just right here, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times touching the 8, right? 5 times touching the 8. That means I am anticipating that it's going to break soon. It's touched the 8 so many times, eventually the 8's going to break. Also has this breakout level right here below. So what am I looking at here? What do I always say, guys? There's only 2 ways to get in the stock, right? It's either lower high position on a trigger or extension, or you can just take lower high position. But up at the highs, you either need an extension or a fake breakout trigger. So this was perfect yesterday. Yesterday we came up. I didn't take the trade right here because now, guys, when the stock, Link, stop. When the stock goes this close, you guys, when the stock goes all the way up to double top territory, you can take it right there. But at this point, when it's all the way up here, I'd rather just give me a trigger, right? So I waited till the next day. It popped over. As soon as it fell back below, shorted right here. Shorted, covered today down here into this pivot. A little too soon, actually. I should have waited, but I covered like right into around here. And it dropped another like $4 or something. Kind of sucked. But that was a really perfect trigger right there. Just like we see a lot. Guys, whenever a stock, look at this, guys. You're either really extended off the 8 and the 4 and you can short the exhaustion gap, or you need a speed up in price. But whenever you have a stock, look at 1, 2 days, okay? 1, 2 days, now you're looking for a top. Fake breakout trigger right there. Fake breakout, boom. 1, 2 days, you're looking for a top because you think, okay, this could be a top. We just need a fake breakout trigger. There it is right there. Look, popped up, We're waiting for a fake breakout. There it is, right? Look, this one went a little too far over it, but you get the idea, right? When you get a top, that one actually broke out and held. But guys, there's only so many ways you can get in, right? That one actually made a parabolic speed up, which would have been perfect to short. This one made a parabolic speed up, perfect to short. This one, fake breakout trigger, right? So you know this popped back up right here, the lower high position. So what are we doing? We're waiting for a trigger. We're in lower high position. We're at the 61 fib. We topped out. Now we just need a trigger. Fake breakout trigger. Boom. Right? So look. Fake breakout trigger. Boom. Fake breakout. Falls back a low. Short. Fake breakout. Falls back below. Short. Speed up in price. Short. Fake breakout trigger. Short. Fake breakout trigger. Short. As soon as it falls back below. Maybe a speed up in price. Doesn't look like it sped up that much, but you get the idea, right? This one, secret setup. Fake breakout trigger. So, guys, that's just the way it is. See the secret setup in lower high position, a speed up in price, an exhaustion gap, or a fake breakout trigger. That's all that matters. So this one gave the fake breakout trigger, and whenever I think a stock might be ready to reverse, I'm looking for one of those things. So that's pretty much it. And sometimes I'll do the other way, like DPZ. Where was it? Sometimes I'll do the other way like this, you guys, because I know ZPZ. Look at you guys. First of all, hold on. All right, so guys, look. DPZ, look how far this thing has ran for, right? It's ran up to where? Guess what? Guess where, you guys? Oh, guess where? Lower high position. Now you want to see, look. Guess what, you guys? Lower high position inside of lower high position. Magic. So we ran up to the 78% fib. We stopped right at the 78% fib. That tells my brain the stock likes the 78% fib. We ran up to the 78% fib again. We stopped. Now, what am I doing? What am I doing? I watched the stock come up to here and top out, right? It came back down, showing me that there's a pretty good amount of supply right here. It came back up again. I saw this right here, right near the end of the day. Look, you guys. Fake breakout trigger. Fake breakout trigger right here. Over this range and back under. At the 78% fib that I know the stock loves. Short. Cover some the next day into the wash, and now we're just waiting. Come back down to here, hopefully. That's just literally fucking doing the same things over and over again. Personality of the stock. 78 fib, 78% fib. Fake breakout trigger. Fake breakout trigger. Look, you guys. Fake breakout trigger. Boom. Fake breakout trigger. Boom. Same shit, different day. 78% fib, 78% fib, right? Lower high position. Lower high position. That's it. Easy peasy. All right. So now this could be the top. We know we're at the 78% fib. Do I want to waste it? Covering all too fast when I think it could come back down to here, maybe back to the 21. Imagine that. Come down here from fucking shorting it from 500 out to 478. I'll take that. Let's go. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Same shit over and over again. Just be locked into what exactly you're doing. Pay attention to everything. The patterns, the EMAs, the fibs. You know what you're waiting for. You know what has to happen. Look. Fake breakout trigger. This is how stocks reverse, you guys. They either reverse by making a lower high or a higher low or fake breakout or fake breakout. Look, you guys. Look. Fake breakdown. This is how stocks reverse. You know you're at the 21.34, right? You know you're at the 34. Fake breakdown, long. You know you're at the 34. Fake breakdown, long. Look. This one was a double bottom, so you'd have to get in a different way, like a secret setup or something. But the point is, you guys, There's only two ways that matter. It's either a secret setup because I like the risk reward, or I'm waiting for the reversal trigger on the fake breakdown. Whatever, you know. And if you get a deep enough into the secret setup, you can just have your stop a little below so the fake breakout doesn't trick you out, right? Or, guys, you go around and look at the daily chart of the stock you want to trade and say, hey, does this stock tend to do a fake breakdown more, a double bottom more, or a secret setup more, right? So you say, oh, well, let's look, right? This one did a fake breakdown, kind of like a tiny bit of a fake breakdown. That one did a secret setup, but not that deep. Fake breakdown, right? Fake breakdown. So this stock telling me, look, fake breakdown. This stock pretty much fake breakdown, fake breakdown. This stock prefers a fake breakdown. So I'm not going to just short the friggin' secret setup. I'd rather have the fake breakdown or the fake breakout, right? Damn, look at that exhaustion gap right here. Go, go, go. Three green days, big ass gap up. Where was I for that? Shit. Way off the 4 and 8. And a friggin' spike to boot. Shit. But yeah, so that's it, you guys, right? Look at the stock that you're trading and try to tell you what it likes to do better, right? All right, I don't want to make this too long. We're at 26 minutes. Any questions? No? No questions? Am I talking to myself again? All right, I'm stopping the recording.